Hello guys, in this video we will learn how to use the Kubernetes Cluster Auto-Scaler. Uh, as we know that we already do have a auto-scaling group in the AWS platform which can be used for scaling up and down the instances. However, the auto-scaling group works on the metrics uh, which are mostly hardware type, like if you see, it can be CPU utilization or memory utilization to scale up and scale down the instances. It does not look for insights inside the Kubernetes cluster, so there is a need for that, and the Kubernetes has come up with a solution which monitors if there is any pod which is not getting deployed because of unavailability of the resources. In such scenarios, it sends a signal to the auto scaling group of the AWS to scale up or scale down accordingly. So let's see how can we achieve that. This is the reference URL, you can go through this, and there are mostly two parts of this deployment. First of all, there were IAM roles generated at the time of creating cluster. If we go through it, then we can see now. In order to get the cluster autoscaler to work, we need the access for the IAM roles to create the instances or manipulate the configuration in the auto scaling. So as you can see that there are two IAM roles created. We are mainly targeting the node instances, as we already have a calculated amount of number of nodes deployed in the cluster, which is anticipated from earlier, and there is not so much need to increase the number of masters, as we already have that spanning in 3 availability zones. However, all the components will be uh, deployed on the node instances, so it will be handling all the load and traffic. So this is where we need to actually implement the scaling part. So I'm just aligning the administrator access part to that IAM role. So if you go through it, you will be able to see that it is attached. Now let us see, we need to create a deployment file. This is the sample deployment file provided over here. So let's create the file. So here mainly we need to make 3 changes. The name of the ASG group, this is the name of the auto scaling group. And here the minimum maximum is the same, so we will also right now there is no scope of scaling up, so we can edit it. Make the maximum to be 5. One more thing, we need to note down here that this cluster auto scaler cannot overrule the policies that we have mentioned already in the AWS cluster. It can only signal the auto scaling to scale up and scale down. If we mention 3 and 5 over here and mention something else inside this, then it is not going to work. We also need to keep in mind of the region which is appropriate for me right now. So I have created the cluster auto scaler. Let's see, the deployment is created. Now if you go through the dashboard, I guess it should be in the default. Yeah, so we do have the cluster auto scaler running. Unfortunately, I won't be able to verify its functionality, as in order to do so I will have to exhaust the node capacities, which I am unable to do right now. However, we can check through the logs whether it is working or not. For that I will be needing the pod ID. So this is the pod ID. We can check the logs for it. So we can see it is working. As it is verifying whether instance is suitable or not suitable for removal. It also came to the conclusion that there are no unschedulable pods right now, which means that there is no pod which is getting failed due to inavailability of resources. So it is working fine for us. Thanks for watching.